wig! My wig! Somebody help!
In the city of Makoko, wigs don't just get stolen, they get kidnapped. So, hold your hair tight, besties. Let's dive into this wig madness story. At Tomiwa Beauty Palace, customers troop in like they had come to collect free food. By 9 a.m., different women were already in line, waiting for their turn. Influencers with sunglasses bigger than their faces, women clutching purses like treasures, people shoving phone in each other's faces, snapping pictures, tagging friends, whispering, "She's the best, she's the one who does magic with hair." And honestly, she was. Inside the shop, the smell of hair oil mixed with perfume, shelves stacked with wigs that shimmered, cord, bounce, black silk, platinum, straight, chestnut brown, curly afros that could touch the sky if they wanted. And then there was Tomiwa, ant like artist, moving through strands, twisting, coiling, laying hair so perfectly it could make a mirror cry. She talked to her customers while she walked, made them laugh, made them feel seen, made them beautiful. She walked so fast, faster than anyone else. People didn't even need 10 minutes for their wigs to be laid. Her fingers moved with a rhythm that made the air seem alive, flowing like water. People left her chair glowing, smiling at their own reflection, ready to show the world their new self. Tomiwa made a lot of money, more than anyone could guess, just from a small shop in the city of Makoko. But it wasn't just the money. People respected her, not just for her skill, but for her grace. Even her skin seemed to shine brighter than the fluorescent light overhead, as if her energy radiated outward. But there was one strange thing that took people a long time to notice. If you have ever gotten hair from Tomiwa, you would know what I was talking about. Hi besties, please hit the subscribe button below for more stories that keeps you at the edge of your seat. Thank you. The rule was simple. If you bought hair from Tomiwa, she insisted on styling it immediately. Her voice, calm but firm, would not give room for argument. "Here, now let me style it for you. It must be done." People didn't think too much about it. Why would they? She was the best. She styled every wig perfectly, and maybe that was why no one dared question her rule. Still, something about it felt odd. A few women whispered to each other once they left, like they were sharing secrets they weren't supposed to. They noticed subtle things, shadows that lingered longer than they should, reflections that seemed to move a little differently, even when the sun was bright. But because Tomiwa's hands always looked flawless, they pushed the thought aside. Everyone believed it was just a business rule. After all, she had built the shop from nothing. Who was anyone to question her? Yet, the truth of her rule was far stranger than anyone could imagine, and it wasn't something people discovered quickly. It all started the day Mercy got a purple bone straight from Tomiwa's beauty palace. She had waited in queue for what felt like forever, shifting from one foot to another, tapping her phone and sneaking glances at the wigs lined up on the shelves. Each wig looked like it belonged on a magazine cover, and Mercy couldn't stop thinking about how her friends would react when she saw hers. When it finally got to her turn, she stepped inside, and the salon was exactly how everyone had talked about it, and exactly how it looked on Instagram. Mirrors lined the wall, reflecting the sunlight that streamed in through the large window. Wigs of every color and style shimmered on the shelf. The smell of hair oil mixed with perfume and a low hum of chattered filled the air like a calm but excited river. Mercy's eyes immediately caught a long purple bone straight wig. It glimmered under the light as if it had been waiting for just her. She picked it up carefully, holding it like it was a rare gem. Tomiwa attended to her with the same grace and humility she gave all her customers. She didn't rush Mercy, but her hands worked with a speed and skill that made the entire process seem almost magical. In 5 minutes, Mercy's wig was perfectly styled. 5 minutes for making your hair look flawless. 5 minutes for a video for Tomiwa to upload on her Instagram page. And Mercy even took some selfies herself, holding the purple strands in every possible angle. You could see it in her eyes. She loved her hair. She quickly posted it online with the caption, "Hair from the baddest, sexiest in the game. December hair done set. If you've not gotten yours, quickly ask for way." She laughed to herself, thinking about how her friends would flood her messages, asking for the secret link. Little did Mercy know what was about to happen that very day. As she stepped out of the salon, the streets of Lagos were already bustling. Car honked, street hawkers shouted their wares, and the smell of roasted plantains mixed with the exhaust from passing buses. What Mercy didn't notice, however, was that Tomiwa's secret marksmen, loyal to her in ways no one could guess, had already been on motion. They watched her quietly as she left, their eyes hidden behind dark masks, following her like shadows that refused to break away. Mercy decided to stop by a nearby market. She wandered between stores, smiling at the colors and calling out to hawkers, completely unaware of the danger quietly tailing her. She picked up a few things, laughing at a vendor who tried to convince her that his peppers were the spiciest in Lagos. And then it happened. A marksman on a motorcycle suddenly darted through the crowd. Before Mercy could even react, the man reached out and snatched the purple wig from her head. She screamed, her hands reaching for the wig as the bike sped off into the distance like it had vanished into thin air. Mercy shouted again, crying out for help, but Lagos people, as usual, they only watched the scene. Some shook their heads, some whispered, and in a few minutes, the crowd moved on, distracted by their own business and the chaos of the city, leaving Mercy stunned in the middle of the market, holding her bare head and trying to process what had just happened. That day, when Mercy got home, she couldn't stop replaying the moment. The motorcycle snatched her wig, she flopped onto her bed, holding her head, and told her roommate Titi everything. Titi, who had been strolling through her phone, burst out laughing. Wait, what? Wait, hold up, are you serious? A bike actually snatched your hair off your head? Mercy, this is madness. Makoko is wide though. Mercy groaned, covering her face. I'm not joking, Titi. It just happened. I don't even know how to explain it. It was gone in seconds. My hair, my purple hair, just gone. Titi sat down beside her, trying to stifle her laughter, but failing miserably. Okay, breathe. But why don't you post it online? Maybe someone will help, or maybe someone can volunteer to get you a new wig. Who knows? Mercy looked at her, a little unsure. You really think people would care? People would care if they see, Titi said. Plus, it's social media. This is the kind of story that makes people laugh, cry, or get angry. Sometimes all at once. I'm telling you, post it. With a little hope and a lot of frustration, Mercy picked up her phone and posted a video. She captioned it, "My new wig stolen. I got a wig today and a rider pulled it off from my head at the market on my way home." Hashtag stolen hair, hashtag Tomiwa magic. She even tagged the video of herself wearing the wig inside Tomiwa's salon, thinking maybe it would help identify it or alert people. At first, the post didn't get much attention. A few likes, a few hearts, a couple of laughing emojis, but nothing big. Mercy sighed disappointed. Then, someone commented, "Same thing happened to me a while back. I got hair at Tomiwa's beauty palace and it was stolen too. I thought I was the only one." Mercy blinked. Her post suddenly started getting notifications. More people commented, more stories poured in. Some wrote almost identical experiences, different buyer, same seller, hair stolen in strange ways. Others shared video or pictures of themselves with the new wig they claim had been taken the same way. Mercy scrolled through her feed, eyes widening. She couldn't believe what she was reading. What exactly was going on? Some people were supportive, shocked and curious, but others not so much. A few even accused Mercy of trying to spoil Tomiwa's brand. Comments like, "She's just jealous and trying to bring her down. The baddest in the game," appeared under her post. Some people went further and reported her page, claiming she was spreading lies about Tomiwa. Within a few hours, Mercy noticed something terrifying. Her account was restricted. She couldn't even post, couldn't comment freely, and some of her videos were hidden. A little hope of sharing her story and maybe getting help seemed to vanish like her wig had earlier that day. Titi looked at her and shook her head. "See, this is Lagos for you. People love to watch, they love to judge, but don't expect fairness. We'll just figure something out. Don't panic just yet." But Mercy couldn't help the worry crawling up her spine. Something strange was happening, something bigger than just a stolen wig. And as she sat on her bed, staring at her empty hairbrush, she felt a chill run down her back. And so, Mercy and Titi came up with a plan. Since Titi had never been to Tomiwa's beauty palace before, they decided she should go and get a wig. That way, they could see if the same strange thing would happen again. Titi was all for the idea. She laughed nervously, adjusting her bag strap. "Mercy, you know if they snatch my hair, I might just start chasing the whole Lagos traffic. Lagos people won't be ready for me." Mercy rolled her eyes but smiled. "Just follow the plan, okay? Don't get too carried away. We just want to see if this is real." Early the next morning, Titi dressed up, looking confident and stylish. She walked into Tomiwa's beauty salon as if she owned the place, her eyes scanning the wigs carefully. After a few minutes, she picked a double-drawn brown wig from the shelf, simple yet classy and perfect for her taste. Tomiwa greeted her with the same warm smile she gave every customer. Titi felt at ease as Tomiwa styled her hair, making her feel like she had just stepped into a celebrity transformation. When it was done, Titi couldn't help but grin, took a few selfies, posted them on Instagram and captioned it with "New hair, new vibe. Let's see what the hype is about. #Tomiwa Magic." Before leaving, Titi texted Mercy her location, making sure everything was coordinated. Mercy, hiding a safe distance away, followed quietly, making sure to stay out of sight. Her phone was ready, camera rolling, as she watched her friend walk through the busy streets. And lo and behold, just as they suspected, a motorcycle rider appeared, approaching Titi from behind. He moved like a shadow through the bustling market, weaving past stores and pedestrians, unaware of Mercy lying low and recording. The rider reached out and snatched the brown wig from Titi's head in one swift motion. Mercy captured the entire moment perfectly. The rider wore a mask and there was no plate number visible, only the figure. The Nike logo on his jacket was caught clearly on camera. Mercy's heart raced as she whispered to herself, "Finally, we have proof." The girls didn't stop there. They tried to follow the motorcycle, running through narrow streets, dodging street vendors and even jumping small puddles left from last night's rain. But the rider was too fast. It disappeared into the maze of Lagos traffic like a ghost, leaving them panting, frustrated and stunned. They stopped at a corner, catching their breath. Titi adjusted her bag strap and muttered, "Okay, that was insane. Who even does this?" Mercy shook her head, trying to process everything she had just recorded. "I told you, this isn't just a coincidence. There's something going on, Titi, something big. and it's connected to Tomiwa's wig. Titi frowned, her usual playful energy replaced with seriousness. Yeah, I see that now. We need to get to the root of it. Whoever is behind this, we can't let them get away with it. No way. The girls exchanged a determined look. Their plan no longer just an experiment, it had become a mission. They promised each other they wouldn't stop until they uncover the truth. Little did they know, the deeper they went, the stranger things would get, and the more dangerous the path ahead would become. Mercy and Titi didn't waste time. They drafted a bigger plan. This time, it wasn't just the two of them. They started reaching out privately to the women who had shared their story testimonies online. Quiet messages, voice notes sent at night. Please, we know this sounds crazy, but let's talk. Mercy typed again and again. Surprisingly, many replied. One woman said her wig was taken in broad daylight near a bus stop. Another said it happened right in front of a supermarket. Different places, different days, same story, same salon, same seller. Soon, the woman's whose wig has been snatched formed a small group chat. They shared screenshots, pictures, and even voice notes filled with fear and anger. They weren't just sad about their wig anymore. They were tired of being treated like nothing had happened. But social media wasn't helping at all. Every time someone made a post, there were always comments like, "No Tomiwa slander will be tolerated. You people just want clout. She's the baddest in the game. Leave her alone." Some influencers who work with Tomiwa also joined the drama. They posted long captions like, "She's such a sweet soul. Don't ruin her work for visibility. Be kind." They didn't know what the victims were actually going through. To them, it was just noise. Through all this, the evil attacks on customers didn't stop. Wigs were still being stolen, tears were being cried, and Tomiwa's name, it stayed shining, polished by filters, fame, and fans. Still the baddest hairstylist. One hot afternoon, according to the woman's new plan, Mercy, Titi, and two other victims stayed close to Tomiwa's shop. They stood across the road, pretending to browse streetwear and roasted corn. "See us like undercover agents," Titi whispered. Mercy replied, under her breath, "Agents what? Agents wig." And they both held back. Small laughed. And when they noticed her, Annabelle, a young lawyer, well-dressed, calm-faced, and confident step, she walked into Tomiwa's beauty palace like someone who had no idea what kind of story she was walking into. It was clearly her first time there. The woman exchanged silent look. New face, fresh target. After some minutes, Annabelle came out. Her hair was beautifully styled, shining under the sun like every other satisfied customers. She stood outside and took pictures. She smiled, adjusted the strand, and even recorded a quick video. Then she waited. She booked rides, one cancelled, then another cancelled, again and again. Her face slowly shifted from excitement to mild frustration. That's how it started, one of the women whispered. After waiting for over an hour, a motorcycle that had been parked inside Tomiwa's compound slowly rolled forward. The rider's face was calm. His voice was smooth. "Up in, ma'am," the man said casually. "Madam noticed you seem to have been waiting. She asked me to drop you at your location if you don't mind." Mercy's finger tightened around her phone, Titi's eyes widening. Everyone knew something bad was about to happen. The warmth in the rider's voice convinced Annabelle. Without thinking too much, she climbed onto the bike. She held her handbag tightly and adjusted her beautiful hair, not knowing that everything happening around her was a setup. The bike sped off, but this time, luck was not on Tomiwa's side. Mercy and one other victim quickly jumped into action. They followed at a safe distance, making sure to alert the rest of the girls in the group chat as they move. "Moving now," Mercy typed with shaky fingers. "Camera on. Battery full, the other girl replied. Mercy held her phone steady. Her hands were shaking, but she kept recording. And then it happened again like a flash. The rider reached back quickly, trying to pull Annabelle's wig, but this time Annabelle reacted faster than anyone expected. She held the wig tightly with both hands. Stop! Slow down! Annabelle shouted, her voice filled with fear. But the rider didn't slow down. He kept speeding, swerving through the road like nothing was happening. The whole scene was caught on camera. Every shake, every shout, every struggle. When the rider realized the mission was unsuccessful, he suddenly took a sharp turn and sped away. He couldn't complete it. He failed. But Mercy and her team didn't give up this time. Not again. They followed the motorcycle closely, staying low, hiding behind buses and cars. They tailed him through corners, potholes and shortcuts. Their hearts were pounding like drums. And then the motorcycle entered the parking lot of Tomiwa's Salon building. The girls froze, surprised, shocked, but somehow not shocked. It was exactly what they expected. They didn't rush in. They waited. They stayed hidden. They watched. They recorded. By closing time, when every customer had left, they saw the man walking calmly into the salon. He didn't knock like a customer. He walked in like he belonged there. Their cameras captured everything. The man entrance, the handshakes, the hush talkings, the careful movements. Mercy zoomed in as much as she could. "We got it," she whispered. And just like that, the pictures and video hit the internet. At first, Tomiwa's fans rushed into the comments like soldiers ready for war. Fake news. These girls are lying. No Tomiwa slander will be tolerated. But when they saw the videos, when they saw the bike, when they saw the marksman walking into the salon and talking to Tomiwa, they went quiet. It was beyond them this time. Before anyone could say Jack, the police got involved. Instagram trolls woke up from their sleep. TikTok went on fires. Influencers started setting up their ring lights, trying to explain themselves. Let me address this. Guys, I didn't know. This isn't what it looked like. The hashtag started trending. Tomiwa the wig snatcher. Never trust big salons with strange rules. People started unfollowing like their phones were on fire. Followers dropped like pure water sachet falling from a loose nylon. But inside all the internet noise, there was one big question no one has answered yet. Why was Tomiwa doing this? And what was she really using the stolen wigs for? The protest started quietly, then it grew. One girl came with a cardboard, signed, then 2, then 10, then more. Soon, Tomiwa's shop didn't look like a beauty palace anymore. It looked like a battlefield of pain, anger, and truth. Banners were pulled down. Posters of baddest in the game were torn and stepped on. Glass doors were covered with sticky notes that read things like, "Give us our hair," "Stop stealing our crown," "Justice for wig victim." More and more women started coming forward. Each one had their own story, different date, different wig, same pattern, same fear, same pain. Some cried on camera, some showed screenshots, some brought old receipts, some even brought backup video they never thought they would use. Some viewers started asking same questions again and again. Why would she do something like that? She already had fame, she already had money, she already had everything. What else does she want? What is she using stolen wigs for? Dear viewers, if you would love to continue the story, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment your thoughts below. I would be in the comment section, and let's be honest for a second. If your wig was stolen in that manner, what would be your reaction?